Hey everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Just keep nailing that intro. And today, everybody, I am actually currently in the middle of working something that I wasn't initially planning on recording, but then I was like, you know what, I should probably make a video about this because, why not? And so yes, here I am, I'm recording a video, and so let me explain to you what I'm trying to make here quickly. I've gotten a whole bunch of this done. As you can see, the spider web of this thing is already pretty, beefy. Well, I mean, looking under here, you can tell that. Like, right here, you're gonna actually just see it's a whole lot of connections in a straight line, which is what I'm going for here, making it neat and stuff. But what I'm trying to make is like, a flying platform that will fly up into the air, get to a certain height, and then it'll fly towards a certain coordinate that you've selected, but no matter which way you rotate it, it'll always move into the same direction because it interprets the direction and then selects which orientation the thrusters are supposed to be going for, which XY coordinate. So yeah, you're gonna select the coordinates and then it's gonna take you there once you press the button. Now currently, there's a lot of logic in here. The very bottom layer of logic here, this mainly has to do with all the altitude and height and stuff. That stuff is already pretty solid. It's just, you know, basic up-down stuff. And I'm at this, blah, 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 blah. I did that with my last episode where I created the big bomb platform thing, which I haven't really worked on much. But I did add an auto self-destruct feature to it, so it'll automatically blow itself up once it's dropped its load, which is good, because that makes you don't actually have to try to hit it if you send it up to the world border limit, whatever. And then the second layer here, which has a little bit more than it needs, I realize. This has to do with, mainly all the logic here has to do with detecting your rotation and then outputting a direction, and then outputting a usable signal to determine which direction it is. It also gets your coordinates, which I probably did not mean to put on this layer, and I'll probably put elsewhere too, but I for some reason put my coordinates on this layer too, even though there's like nothing else on that layer but determining where you are. And then if we get up to what's currently the top layer here, this is where all the thrusters are, and then there's logic gates here for the inputs to the thrusters for which direction we'll go. So I think gonna jump right into a time lapse in this video of me pretty much building up the coordinate detecting layer, and then maybe I'll spend the rest of this episode just making this thing. But I did kind of want to document this, make this, because this is pretty advanced. So yeah, jumping into the time lapse now. Alright guys, we are back from that time lapse. I'm not sure actually how long that time lapse was, but so yeah, I pretty much all I did in that time lapse was I put in all the logic and stuff for the orientational directional system, and I put down you might have seen me using this thing a little bit, driving up the hill and stuff. You might know, what am I doing? I was that was weird. Okay, I was using these gates to measure which direction was positive X and which direction was positive Z. Because doing that, I could just rotate this thing and say, okay, I want to go positive Z. Okay, so I know that gate's outputting a positive Z, so I'll just hook it up in that orientation. I put down notes in the world here, so I know which directions what. But as of yet, I have not tested this thing to see if it works. I do have this the button here hooked up so it will wirelessly trigger. I probably should change that. It's not going to be easy, but also I'm set to one so that once it gets to its target altitude, it'll actually go towards your selected spot. Things I still need to work on is just like saying having a go button on the platform, and when it gets to its target place, just shutting it off and just dropping. So seat, we'll just grab a invisible driver seat here. We will I'm gonna set my oh, perfect, 0. Oh, that's negative. I want to go towards 0, 0. Also should have probably built in a tolerance. I realized I should have done that. I was thinking as I was making this, oh, I should be building in a tolerance. Good thing I could just, like, delete this floor here and actually work on that, because it's the last layer there as of this point, so. But yeah, I ended up doing this thing as a selector panel here, where we got these nice switches here with the nice buttons that say these are your X, this is your Z, this is your plus, this is your minus, so you can don't know why I did that. I had both these switches on, but yeah, that tells you what buttons you have to hit and what these things represent here. Let's just try and get this thing as close to 0. Yeah, 4 is good enough. So, I don't think I'll actually, like, horrendously lose this thing, because I do have this thing wirelessly controlled to turn on and off. And I will put in an XOR gate. Hook this thing to that, and that to that wireless block, and I will take a new wireless block. This is unnecessarily complicated, but it'll work. Put a new wireless block, paint it black, connect it into that, and then on top of this thing, paint this black, and then put a switch on this. Okay, now it would be nice for me to note down my, what did I just connect that to? It makes no sense how I connected it to that, but I would like to note down my coordinates, but I have absolutely zero clue what they are, and I'll be able to find this way back, because this is like the tallest place in the map, so gonna click that, get in the seat. I also need to put like a layer around this so you don't see all the thrusters and logic that's hanging out the sides. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just like a box, it'll go up, ooh. Ugh. Oh no. No! Yeah, this is why I'm wirelessly controlling it from down here, guys. So I'm gonna come down here, shut it off, it'll just fall. I forgot about stabilization. Still trying to go in a direction. Yeah, I forgot that it would most likely tip when it starts to go in a specific direction. But I don't think the mod pack, as of yet at least, has a gyroscope block that'll just, or a stabilizer or anything. Like there's a pull start button here, that's kind of interesting. Like, I know they have the gyro thruster, but that's about it. But stable. Yeah. I'm gonna quickly go look. I'm gonna go see if Minis mod has been updated to actually like work with this, to actually have its stuff work, and I will be right back to see if I can add a Minis mod stabilizer to this. Alright guys, so I've got the stabilizer block in there. Hopefully this mod actually works right now. Last I knew, it actually didn't work. Hopefully it's been updated to actually work now, so hopefully I won't chip. I've also hooked this switch into the seat so I can actually stop it in midair now, but just elevating this thing is stable. Because it's got like quarter thrust, it's got 0G mode enabled, because that made it easy. Can I actually view inside this thing, or is it... Oh, I actually technically can. Oh, it's kind of working. Well, I am going up and down a bit. Yes, this is working. Yes. Now, I probably should have put a meter on top telling you where exactly you are in the world, so you know when you're pretty good. It said 0, what, or the other, but hopefully this is working. I actually have no... Wow, I keep going too high? What? I didn't even see the internal thrusters. Oh, I stopped. Oh, I'm going back this way a bit. Okay, let's click that button. Hello? Shit, that's not on. Dang nabbit! This thing looks like it's going to be relatively stable here, so I gotta see the thing when it falls, but that is not on receive mode down there. Yeah, okay. Goodbye. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. So, it's been a while, and I've added in the logic so that this thing will just drop out of the sky once it gets to its destination. I've also added a button start, so... or at least, hopefully it'll drop out of the sky when it gets to its destination, because it has to be at these exact coordinates, which is going to be hard. And so, yes. Gonna click E here. Button's not connected to the seat. And this button has no capabilities to turn this thing off whatsoever. So, first it's gonna rise to an altitude of about 800, which is a little bit, a couple, like, taller than any tree, so that won't hit anything. Yeah, way taller than any tree. I really overestimated that. So now we're going this way, towards 0, 0. Because also, apparently before, my X thing was glitched, where it was always thinking it was in between 1 and 0. So, I fixed it so that it'll actually go to the correct X coordinates instead of just... Because we were in 600X over there, so it's just like, wow, okay. I think we're at the X coordinate. Oop, almost there. Yeah, I probably should built in a tolerance. Yeah, it's struggling now. Gotta do this fast. And then, okay, connect the... I can't do this, guys. Where do I need to connect this thing to? Where's the memory bit that I need? That's not the memory bit is, like, right here? Yes. Let's connect that to that. And to the seat. Because if I fall off of this thing, there's no way back, so... Get onto the seat. Yep, this thing is not Okay, guys, this thing is not gonna fall anytime soon, so you probably just gotta. It should technically manually shut off, but it's never probably ever gonna do that. So I think that's the one for the directional thruster. So press 2 now. Fall out of the sky. Okay, that was not the right one for the directional thrusters. Ow. Okay.
What is that stuff on the top of the screen?
Step at the stop. Oh, that's the console. I have that there because I was checking things, and yeah, that I don't think is the right. Yeah, that's not a memory bit there. That was thruster controls. What was I thinking? It was. Well, I was in the air and I was panicking, so that I have to connect it to. So, we'll try again. Press 1. Go climb to the 800 watt blocks altitude, which is higher than any natural landmass. I mean, if you create a custom tile, guys, it will probably... If you create a really tall custom tile, it will probably run into that, but it does not have obstacle avoidance. Its obstacle avoidance is go higher than everything that is known to exist in the vanilla game. So if you build anything higher than that, or have a tile that's higher than that installed in your world, then it won't work. But after this, I just gotta put, like, walls on the outside of this thing and make it work. Okay, so it's now trying to center itself. I really gotta give it a tolerance of, like, I've gotta figure out a tolerance of, like, 10 blocks, so that if within 10 blocks of something, it'll just stop trying to adjust to that, and eventually that will cause it to fall. So now 2 just completely causes us to fall. Okay. Okay, so besides... Ow. Okay, yeah, so I think I'm gonna go institute that tolerance now. So yeah, I'll be back once I've done that. Alright, guys, so I think, added the tolerance system. I accidentally put these blocks bumping up into the floor, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I had to, yeah, do stuff, and now, press 1, we should take off. Perfect. Now, actually, the only thing that actually does need adjusting is the X, and it only actually needs adjusting by 1 block from where the sensor is, which is somewhere in that bottom, on that bottom layer of concrete there. Because we have our X set to, technically we need to be at plus or minus 10, because I set our tolerance to 10. So once we get up to speed, we'll thrust a little bit, and then it'll probably just drop us right back down, which will probably be stupid. And it did that. So yeah, you can see that that worked. So once we get within a plus and minus 10 range, and yeah, this thing might need a little bit bigger landing gear. Might get like a really long sensor and just like sense landing gear or something like that. I don't know. Or I'll put a sensor on the ground that'll activate some thrusters. I don't know. Hold up, I'm recording. Okay. Let's go to a fairly big number there. So let's go to that. And after this episode is uploaded, I will put this thing on the workshop. So yeah, we can see we got our coordinates ready in there, and press 1 and away we go. So first we travel to an altitude of 800 so we can avoid everything. Then our compass will sense which direction. Alright, take 2. So pretty much what I just did is I added a little bit of delay between when the actual like thing that says that we can now move it kicks on, and when the thing will say, oh, nothing's activated, I must be there. So now it'll have to wait a little while to say that it's there. So should get up to target height, which should be around here. And we are now moving. Oh yeah, the down thrusters are going to be on a bit. Be replaced by the up thrust. Eventually we do get to a point where we stable out, but I did not want to wait for that. So we are moving this direction. Why does we look not aligned to the grid? We are, I definitely know that. But that's probably just because of how the landscapes look and stuff. A lot of these things are not actually aligned to the grid. Oh, moving this way now. I think we keep overshooting. So we're shooting for 311 and 406 as our coordinates. Oh, now we're moving this direction? This is like where we start. Okay, we started more or less right here. This thing is going in a giant circle. Yeah, I might have to take a break for a while on this, guys. 'Cause I am confuzzled here. So I can actually see the dates here. Seems to just be going in a circle. So I'm going to press the 2 key just to cancel everything, because I did make that a thing where it'll just like turn everything off. I'm going to take a break for probably like a day, and I'll come back and to guys later, and hopefully this thing will be resolved. Alright guys, it's actually been a few hours since I've recorded the last clip, and so I went to an amusement park for a while, a few hours, and then I came back and finished this thing off. So yeah, it's now finished. The whole thing now works. And something that, and so yeah, it's got all of its complicated logic here, which this is a lot more logic than I thought I'd need. Well, mainly this part here, as I was just adding layers, I was just stacking up the logic gates. It's really unnecessary, but then again, that section doesn't have to be quick and reliable because it's just part of the direction sensing. But yeah, something that I added is obviously I added a wall on the outside so you can't see all the disgusting logic on the inside. Obviously, I added seats on the top of it, and I got it painted. And I also added a way up, which is this nice ramp that comes out, flips up, and goes down. I did not bother painting this stuff, because those things, I believe, have to be those colors. Thruster there, can't do too much about it. And then I didn't feel like painting the rest of this stuff, so... But yeah, the outside's generally... So yeah, there's a ramp here with a switch on both the top and the bottom that has a nice little animation where it flips out and stuff. In case you're too lazy to just get in the seat. But yeah, so you still have the control panel here where you can select your coordinates. So let's see if we can slowly crank. And I was at those coordinates, by the way. That's relatively where I was. Let's see if I can crank this thing down to about 0, 0, and if I can get there even. Actually, I also have never reached. Will do. But it's just doing math, and computers are actually really good at doing math. So yeah, this slightly darker seat, is the seat where where the buttons are that control this thing. So, 2 is an emergency stop button, and 1 is the takeoff button. So you'll climb up to an altitude of 800 blocks slowly. And meanwhile, this thing will have 0 gravity. There's room for 5 people on this. And if at any point at all, you want to just stop and fall, just press 2, and it'll just start dropping you straight away. Turn off all thrusters. In case you're like next to a mountain. Gives you time to clear it. So we're going this way right now. That's the mountain where we started. So we'll go up, down, up, down. Yeah, I probably should have done something up here to tell you where you are, but, getting close, I know. Also, a thing is, I know this works for the plus switches, I don't think it works for the minus switches. If you want to, like, jack the number up by like, numbers that don't just add into one place, you can paint the plus switches. Don't paint the minus ones, or else they'll just add instead of subtracting, which is annoying. Oh, looks like we might have missed it. Hopefully this works, because that'd be embarrassing. It was working before. Just look at all that logic. This thing is stable here. Ah, dang. Hold up, let me see what state the logic is in. It's in where the X is good, but neither of the Z's are active. So yeah, guys, if this ever does happen to you, which you never know, it actually might. All you need to do is pretty much just press the 2 button, and you'll drop straight down. So if that ever happens, that's one of the reasons why I have this emergency stop. But yeah, that is the GPS pod, which will pretty much transport you anywhere in the world at a reasonable speed. Thank you all for watching. Sorry there's no video Wednesday. I didn't have anything prepared to upload, and I've been feeling ill this past week, but I'm way better now today. So guys, thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the Discord link in the description. This creation will be linked for download of the description, which I forgot to do to the last one, so I'll do that. Although I did put the video on the creation on Steam, so yeah. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, Discord, that sort of thing. And I will see you all later. I love it. Bye!